You wake up, meticulously apply your expensive serums, and layer your sunscreen, feeling perfectly protected against time. But weeks pass, and the mirror still shows fine lines settling in far faster than they should. This happens because the true cause of premature aging isn't just waiting for you outside in the sun. It is already happening, quietly, deep inside your cells. Dermatologists are now observing a silent phenomenon that completely bypasses your SPF, slowly breaking down the foundation of your face. For decades, we believed that time and UV rays were the ultimate enemies of youth. Yet recent evidence indicates a completely different mechanism is actually responsible for the most stubborn signs of getting older. What if the daily habits you thought were harmless are exactly what is forcing your skin to age at double the speed? Your first instinct is probably to just buy a richer, more expensive moisturizer. We naturally assume that if our face looks tired, dull, and lined, it simply needs a lot more hydration. But flooding the surface of your face with heavy creams is like painting over a deeply cracked wall. It might look better for a few hours, maybe even a full day, but the structural damage underneath is still quietly spreading. High-end moisturizers are wonderful at trapping water on the very top layer of your skin. They smooth out dry patches and give you a beautiful, temporary glow. Yet they are completely blind to the deeper layers where the real destruction is taking place. The cellular breakdown that causes your skin to sag and lose its bounce isn't a lack of moisture at all. It is a state of constant, invisible distress that your body simply doesn't know how to turn off. And this persistent, quiet panic happening right beneath the surface has a very specific scientific name. Scientists call it inflammaging. It is a slow, simmering inflammation that you cannot feel or even see when you look in the mirror. You might not have visible redness or irritation, but on a microscopic level, your skin is fighting a constant, exhausting battle. Every single day, minor irritations from the air around you, your diet, and your environment trigger a tiny immune response. Over time, your body simply forgets how to shut this defense system down. Instead of healing you, this chronic inflammation begins to eat away at the exact proteins that keep your face lifted and firm. It is quietly dissolving your youth from the inside out, leaving you with a compromised foundation. And once you understand how this slow burn operates, you start to realize why your standard skincare routine feels like it is barely keeping up. One of the biggest silent triggers of this inflammaging is likely sitting in your kitchen right now. When you consume excess sugar, it does not just affect your energy levels. Those sugar molecules enter your bloodstream and aggressively look for proteins to attach to. And unfortunately, they absolutely love collagen. Through a biological process called glycation, sugar literally binds to your fresh, bouncy collagen fibers and turns them rigid, brittle, and prone to snapping. It is exactly why a sugar-heavy lifestyle often leads to skin that looks deeply fatigued and permanently dull. If uncovering the real science behind your skin helps you make better choices, subscribing to the channel ensures we can keep exploring these truths together. Because once those collagen fibers become stiff and crystallized from sugar, no amount of facial massage or basic surface hydration can force them back into their youthful state. The damage becomes locked in, unless you understand the other invisible stressors constantly pushing your skin over the edge. While diet plays a massive role internally, stepping outside exposes you to a completely different set of invisible enemies. We are taught to trust our morning sunscreen implicitly, believing that a thick layer of SPF 50 is an impenetrable shield against time. But UV rays are only part of the equation. Urban pollution, microscopic particulate matter, and digital blue light are incredibly small enough to slip right past your sun protection and penetrate deep into your pores. Once inside, they act like microscopic blades, generating free radicals that fracture your skin's defensive wall. Studies suggest that these airborne pollutants actually suffocate your skin's ability to regenerate its own cells overnight. It leaves your complexion looking gray and exhausted, no matter how many hours of rest you actually get. You are fighting an invisible burden that clings to your face, a daily environmental stress that your standard cleanser often fails to wash completely away. And it is not just the environment outside that is putting your skin under siege. The constant, underlying tension of modern life is physically altering the actual architecture of your face. When you're chronically stressed, your body floods with cortisol, a hormone designed to help you survive emergencies, not to keep you looking young. High cortisol levels act like an acid to your collagen and elastin, literally melting away the structural support that keeps your cheeks lifted and your jawline tight. Dermatologists observe that long-term stress actually thins the skin, making it fragile and highly reactive to things that never used to bother you. The heavy drooping sensation you sometimes see in the mirror after a terrible month is not your imagination. It is your bone structure losing its soft, supportive cushion because your body is too exhausted to repair it. This constant state of biological panic leaves behind damaged cellular debris, leading to a bizarre scientific phenomenon that actively poisons the healthy tissue right next to it. In the scientific community, these damaged remnants are known as senescent cells, but researchers often refer to them simply as zombie cells. When a skin cell is severely weakened by stress, pollution, or sugar, it is supposed to naturally die off and be cleared away by your body. But sometimes it refuses. Instead, it lingers in a suspended state, neither fully alive nor entirely dead. And the frightening part is that these zombie cells do not just sit there quietly. They actively secrete a toxic mix of inflammatory chemicals that infect the vibrant, healthy cells right next to them, dragging them down into the same exhausted state. It is a microscopic chain reaction of rapid aging. A single zombie cell can compromise an entire neighborhood of fresh, youthful tissue. To stop this invisible contagion, you cannot just rely on gentle hydration. You have to deploy specific molecules capable of neutralizing the threat. This is where strategic intervention becomes completely separated from basic skincare. You need a precise combination of ingredients that act as an internal cleanup crew for your face. Evidence indicates that pairing highly stable vitamin C with potent antioxidants does not just brighten the surface. It actively intercepts those environmental aggressors before they can create more zombie cells. But neutralizing the daily threat is only half the equation. To repair the collagen that was already shattered by stress and sugar, your skin requires the quiet power of peptides. These tiny protein fragments act as biological messengers, whispering directly to your exhausted cells and instructing them to produce fresh, firm structural support. When you apply these actives together, you are fundamentally reprogramming how your skin handles damage. Yet, even the most expensive, scientifically backed serums will completely fail you if you neglect the absolute most fundamental shield your face possesses. You can flood your face with the most advanced peptides and antioxidants in the world. But if your skin's outer shield is compromised, all that effort simply evaporates. Your lipid barrier is the ultimate biological defense mechanism against time. It is a fragile, invisible matrix of ceramides and fatty acids that locks vital moisture in and keeps environmental aggressors out. When this protective wall is cracked by aggressive scrubs or harsh cleansers, your face is left entirely exposed to the rapid aging cycle we just decoded. Rebuilding this barrier is not just about feeling hydrated. It is about creating an environment where your cells finally feel safe enough to stop defending themselves and actually begin to heal. And this deep, transformative healing only happens when you align your skincare with your body's most sensitive internal clock. The most profound cellular repair does not happen while you're looking in the mirror. It happens in the deep, quiet stages of sleep, when your skin finally switches off its daily defense mechanisms and enters active regeneration. The exact routine shift you need is not about adding 10 more exhausting steps to your night. It is about intentionally dissolving the invisible pollutants of the day, delivering your targeted repair molecules, and sealing it all with barrier-strengthening lipids before your head hits the pillow. You're essentially handing your skin the precise biological tools it needs to dismantle the damage, allowing you to wake up with a foundation that grows undeniably stronger every single morning. Let me know in the comments what your current nighttime routine looks like and share your suggestions for our next video. Subscribe to keep uncovering the truth about your skin.